Going on YouTube? It's your boy Cameron, and in today's video, since Season 6 is around the corner, we're going to talk about Season 5. The good and the bad. With that all being said, let's jump up in the video. Let's start off on a positive note and talk about the good. My first point in the good stuff is kind of basic, but honestly, all the skins in Season 5 were pretty dope. The Battle Pass, in my opinion, was the best Battle Pass, we've ever had. The skins were pretty sick. All the skins in the item shop were really dope. And that's my first point about the good. And then my second point. I hold this point dear to my heart. They finally got rid of the drum gun, I think it was 2 weeks ago. They finally got rid of the drum gun. The drum gun was too good. The drum gun, in my opinion, was the best gun in the game. There was no gun that was better than the drum gun. And, it was bullshit. Because the drum gun, it melted through mats. It melted people. It had pretty decent range. You could kill somebody from far away using the drum gun. And everybody used the drum gun. It was like the pump before the pump got nerfed. That shit was way too overpowered. It would just destroy everybody. It would totally destroy everybody. And that's why it needs to be removed. I'm finally glad that Epic, came to the conclusion to finally get rid of it. Because they knew it was an insanely broken gun. That gun was so broken that they knew they couldn't fix it. All the little tweaks they added to it did nothing to make it less powerful. It was still so powerful. And yeah, the P90, it has a lot of bullets too. It shoots really fast like the drum gun. But the drum gun, it just felt like the bullets never ever stopped. And you did so much more damage in the P90. I think you did 25 to the body and 50 to the head. Or 52 to the head. So honestly, if you have good aim, you're going to destroy anybody. And you were insanely accurate jumping around and shooting the drum gun. So you just destroy people. You would melt people. You would melt through their mats in a build battle. You would do anything to destroy it. You would do anything to destroy that person. And it was like the LMG on the steroids. And the LMG, I know people say, oh, well, that's like a spraying gun too. But the LMG, man, it's so inaccurate. And honestly, it's so inconsistent. I've had games where I've used the LMG and I've shot it right next to somebody and I've hit them 4 times. But then again, I've had other games where I've had the LMG and I've just fucking lasered somebody. But that's the problem with the drum gun. Because the drum gun never had that problem. It was never inconsistent. It just stayed fucking lasering people. So I'm finally happy that it's gone. I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's out of the game. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. And I'm liking Season 5 way more and winning way more games without that damn gun in the game. The good point is, I like all the added weapons, honestly. Not the grenades, just the added weapons. I like the Silent Scar. I like the Heavy Sniper. I like the double barrel. I love the double barrel. It's a great counter to the fucking, to the SMGs. And honestly, they're all pretty useful. All the guns in the added guns have a purpose. Because some of the guns added beforehand, I'd never use those guns. For example, the LMG. I never use the LMG. Or I never use a guided missile. They're really stupid. They're really stupid-ass guns. But I use the silenced AR, I use the heavy sniper, and I always use the double barrel. I think I'm in the minority with this next point, but I really like where the material strength is at. I like how, wood is not, insanely overpowered. Wood should only take a couple strikes with a pickaxe to destroy. It should not, take 50, bullets to destroy a piece of fucking wood. So I like the way material strength is at, because, it's not so overpowered. You have to empty a full clip to destroy, a fucking ramp. So I really like where, the material strength is at. And I think it's balanced, and I think it's honestly in a good place. I know I'm definitely in the minority when it comes to that, but I'm glad that it's in a good place. It's not overpowered. The material strength is in a good place. Because if you're a good builder, you'll still be able to destroy somebody. No matter what the material strength is. But yeah, I think it's in a great spot, the material strength. And I'm definitely in the minority there. But that's just my opinion. And here's my next opinion about the goods part. Now that the drum gun is removed, I honestly think all of the weapons are insanely balanced. All of the shotguns are balanced. All the ARs are pretty balanced, especially with the buff to burst assault rifles. Explosives are good. They're not too overpowered like they were before. SMGs are not as overpowered as they were before. And in the past, 2 weeks, Epic has really made strides to make this game a lot better. Because 2-3 weeks ago, I think Fortnite was heading down a dark path. Like, honestly, like, I was not really that excited for Season 6 so that I don't have to deal with more bullshit of people just spraying SMGs and fucking drum guns. But now that shit is out of the game, everything's in a perfect spot. Like, ARs aren't too powerful. Shotguns aren't too powerful. SMGs aren't too powerful anymore. Like, everything is perfect. And I don't think they should add any other things to make something way too overpowered and just change the meta again. Because honestly, right now, there's a bunch of play styles that you can go with, you know? You can go with, hey, I don't want a shotgun, I want an SMG. Or, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. You know, like, I honestly think all of the guns in this now are insanely balanced. You know, there's not really a problem with it. There's nothing I think is overpowered. Everything is perfect right now. And honestly, I don't think Epic should add anything else because they don't need to. All the guns are balanced. All the guns are balanced. They don't need to, you know, focus on all that bullshit. So right now, that's my last good point. And now we're going to get into the reason you guys clicked on this video, the bad. The first point in the bad is adding the damn drum gun in the first place. I already talked about my problems with this, but, you know, up until 2 weeks ago, Season 5 was my least favorite season. I really did not enjoy Season 5 as much as Season 4 and Season 3. I did not really play that much in Season 2, but I'm going to be honest with you. The drum gun was so annoying to deal with. It was the most overpowered gun. It was the best gun in the game. I had times when someone had a SCAR and I had a drum gun and I fucking destroyed them. The problem is that gun was too overpowered. It had 50 bullets. The bullets never ran out. And it was accurate. That gun was the shit. That gun was really the best gun in the game. And I'm just so glad they removed it. And most of the bad stuff has been corrected and is out of the game. So, Season 5, in my opinion, is taking great strides to become a good season now. Because it was a pretty bad season before. But yeah, I'm glad that they got rid of that piece of shit. The thing I hate, this has happened more in Season 4, but they still haven't got rid of this. It's really hard to get a lot of materials now. Like, I have to spend at least 5 minutes hitting trees, you know, hitting rocks or whatever to get anywhere close to a good amount of materials. Because now everybody's, like, pretty average at the game now. You know, like, there's nobody who doesn't know how to build. Because back in Season 3, you could get through the game with, like, 300 mats. Because nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Now, everybody thinks they're fucking ninja and starts building insane structures. So you always need at least 700 mats. And it's really hard to get there because it's hard to get materials because floor loot has been taken from 30 to 20. You know, I have to spend a couple centuries hitting trees. So honestly, I don't think that the materials should be so hard to come across because players are getting a lot better at the game. And we're going to need more materials to combat these players. So honestly, I think they should really up it because it's really annoying that there's harder to farm materials, harder to get all this. So it's kind of annoying. So honestly, I think they should really make less of the game hitting trees. Because that stuff is just tedious and redundant. We shouldn't have not redundant, that was stupid. But that shit is just tedious. So tedious. Like, why? Why do you need to be hitting why do you need to be hitting trees for like 20 minutes? You know? Like, that's just something that nobody wants to deal with. And I don't want to deal with either. I don't want to hit trees for fucking 20 minutes of the game. I want to fight people and have epic build battles. So honestly, they should add the floor loot back to 30. You know, make it easier for you to get to max. And honestly, I think that'll be pretty fun. Because it'll be back to the old days. OGs will stop complaining. And, you know, maybe new players will like it too. But that's just it. I honestly think they should not have match so hard to get. The problem I have with Season 5 is all the useless grenades being added. Not the weapons, the grenades. Like the shockwave grenade, the porta-fortress, all these useless things. Like, why do you need a porta-fortress? You're just running out of ideas at this point. You don't need the porta-fortress. You have the porta-fort. In my opinion, the porta-fortress kind of sucks because it's hard to see. Because, like, it's so big, I don't know where everybody's at. I kind of just use it to get away from people instead of actually using it to, like, chill out. And the porta-fort is better, in my opinion. But in my opinion, like, why the heck do you need that? It's really, like, stupid. They ran out of ideas. And the shockwave grenade, I just use it to troll people. Or I use it in the domes to freaking jump up super high. And, here's another problem I have. The grappler. Useless grenades and useless, like, items being added. The grappler is useless. it's not that it's useless, it's that it's kind of overpowered, in my opinion. Because anything that gives you the height advantage in Fortnite is kind of bullshit, because it's a game that relies so much on height advantage. And I don't think the grappler is hard to combat. If you have a trap, just place it in your 1x1, and anybody who uses a grappler to get to your 1x1 is gonna die. So the grappler is really not overpowered. I kill people with grapplers all the time, because I hear it and I put a trap and they grapple there, and I just sit there and they die from my trap because they're idiots. Or I sit there, they grapple, and I jump up and I place a floor in a pyramid, and they're stuck in there, and then you die from the trap. So the grappler is not overpowered as it is useless, because you already have bounce pads. Bounce pads are 10 times better than the grappler. Why would you need a grappler when you have bounce pads? Because one, they don't take up an inventory spot. You know, nobody knows if you really have it until you whip it out. So, like, why? You don't need that. You do not need the grappler. It's pretty useless. And then again, like, it's kind of OP. Not really, but kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. In my opinion, I rarely use the grappler. I always pick up bounce pads instead, or even shockwave grenades instead. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the grappler at all. It's kind of useless. Like, it's cool. Like, I used it for the first week, but past that moment, I never really used it again. I had no, like, need to. So, yeah, I mean, that's the grappler. I honestly think it's stupid. But, yeah, that's where I'm coming from when it comes to that. This has since been corrected, but my last gripe with Season 5 was the SMG meta. The SMG meta was the worst meta in Fortnite. It was so annoying to build up against, because you would always take damage. There was never a time you would leave a fight unscathed. You would always be missing shield or missing health, because some idiot was in your 1x1 just spraying his Tommy gun or spraying all of that. But now that they've corrected it, I'm so happy that that's finally gone and I never have to deal with it again. And the SMGs have been taken down a little bit and it's been corrected, so I'm not going to really linger on this so much because it's gone now. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. This is your boy Cameron. I'm out. And oh yeah, and drop a like and subscribe.